Borovic, who we've seen in Australia before. He ventured down to Sydney Town to take on Mike Zambides at the Sydney Entertainment Centre in what was a very awkward fight for Zambides, in which Borovic was eventually KO'd after galloping around the ring for around 4 rounds. And Borovic taking on Mourad Sari from Algeria here tonight. And here he comes, the Algerian fighter, Mourad Sari. There's a lot of cheers here for Mourad Sari. There are, of course, many Algerians who live in France. None more famous, of course, than Zinedine Zidane, the French soccer legend, Algerian native, or by blood, I should say. As is Mourad Sari, who does reside in France. In the blue corner, Goran Borovic, who fought and lost to Michael Zambides for the King of the Ring Championship when they fought in Sydney. That was at 71 kilos. Tonight, Borovic is at 73 kilos. And some boos and jeers for the Croatian. Certainly no love lost between France and Croatia on the sporting field. The two have met several times on the soccer pitch. Most notably, the semi-final of France 98 World Cup, where the French kicked a little bit of proverbial Croatian butt to make it through to the final, courtesy of Liliane Thuram's goals on that day. And let's see if Mourad Sari can hit some goals for Algeria here tonight. As we wind up, first round of 3. The winner will go through to semi-final number 2 to take on either Faoud Esbidi of Morocco or Pete Spratt of the United States. It is Borovic in the blue gloves, the Croatian. Mourad Sari in the red gloves, the Algerian. Rib kick there from Sari. Inside thigh kick from Mourad Sari. Outside thigh kick from Borovic. And Sari just throws him to the canvas like a rag doll. Very vocal crowd there, thumping the terraces here at the Lyon Stadium. 7,000 strong. And I'm joined once again by super promoter Tarek Solak. Oh, clipping left hand there from Mourad Sari. Referee doesn't put a count on Borovic. I thought he should have received one then. Mourad Sari can feel a little bit hard done by. But the Algerian has certainly opened up strong.
Michael, very well-respected Mourad Sari here in France. He's been fighting for years and he's been fighting some great fights. Probably a little bit out of shape at the moment compared to his perfect times, but an excellent campaigner. He's fought on semi-capture cards many times in France, and he's fought in Thailand, and he's fought a lot of great fighters all around the world. I was a bit rusty being in the corner. I haven't been in the corner for a while. I was on Amir's corner earlier on. The reason being, he hasn't fought for a couple of years, and he asked me, please, can you be on my corner on my first comeback, as he was a little bit nervous, but he tried his best. He lost on points, so he's out of the tournament. And good luck to Oliver on his next fight with Yukat Gandhi, was it, Michael?
It was indeed, yes.
And here we are back in centering with two great fighters. One that has fought in Sydney before with Mike Zambides, and the other, a legend from France.
Nice left hand, overhand left again from the southpaw, Mourad Sari. Goran Borovic. Oh, left hand by Sari. And again, referee says only a slip. So definitely the heavier salvos and the better work rate from Mourad Sari here in the first round.
You can hear the timber flooring in the venue, eh, Michael?
They're going to put some feet through the floorboards soon, as Sari again connects to Borovic with that left hand. This is not as cagey a Borovic as we saw against Zambides at the Sydney Entertainment Centre. What a sellout night that was. It was the huge Greece versus Serbia card with Croatia and Greece in the main event, Borovic and Zambides. But on that night, I remember Borovic ran around the ring a lot, really evaded Zambides' attacks to around the 4th round when Zambo dropped him.
Yes, he did, and it was actually Greece and Serbia versus the rest of the world.
Ah, correct.
And it was at the Sydney Entertainment Centre. It was our biggest show ever in Sydney as a Tarek Slot Promotions. As we all know how big the Sydney Entertainment Centre is. And we had an excellent night there, and it was fun for us, and I'm sure it was fun for the audience.
So at the moment, the southpaw Mourad Sari checks the low kick of Goran Borovic. Chance go up for Mourad. As I said, Algerians too popularised here in France. A lot of the French national soccer team over the years have been of Algerian blood. Yuri Djorkaeff, Zinedine Zidane among the more prominent of them. Only a slip that time on the ring logos. Don't forget, folks, our major sponsors here tonight. From Australia, Crazy John's mobile phones and Hashim Brothers wineries. So first round, I'd give that one to the southpaw Mourad Sari. I thought he was on the offensive. He was beating Borovic to the punch time and time again, and he landed more shots. Here we go, second round of 3. Rib kick there from Sari. Tagging left hand from Borovic. No mustard behind it, though, from the Croat. Croatia that has really developed into a powerful fighting country in recent times. Some top-line kickboxers coming out of Croatia. None more so than Mirko Filipovic, the Crow Cop, former K1 fighter, now in Pride.
The highest paid fighter
in history. Word is he's on around $2 million a fight these days, Tarek, that he's crossed over to UFC.
I'm not allowed to talk about how much he's getting, Michael, but I know he's getting a lot of money.
Mirko Crow Cop, former member of the Special Forces counter-terrorist cop in Croatia. Also had a little stint in Croatian politics. But yes, some very good kickboxers and boxers emerging from Croatia over the years. Hooking punches there from Goran Borovic, inside thigh, hit to the lead leg of the southpaw Mourad Sari. All tied up, and referee will separate them. Mourad Sari, as Tarek said, hasn't come in the best of physical shape here tonight, but certainly doesn't look any the less for it. He's carrying a little bit more weight around the midsection than he usually does. Of course, he has fought at a lighter weight, around 70, 71 kilos, Mourad Sari. We've seen him fight in Super League in the past. But at the moment, the veteran doing a good job against Borovic, who is certainly bouncing around a lot on the balls of his feet, but the Croatian isn't really throwing much. I'll tell you what, at a glance, Borovic even looks a bit like Mirko Crow Cop, a middleweight version of him. Left hand there by Mourad Sari, tags him. The legs go from under Borovic. Now there's got to be a count, surely. Well, referee wipes off the gloves, Tarek. I'm amazed. It's 3 times that I thought Sari put a count on him, and the referee hasn't paid one of them.
Well, obviously the referee doesn't like Mourad Sari much.
Wow, Mourad Sari has taken it up to Borovic for 2.5 rounds so far. Nice tucking right hand there from Borovic. All locked up against the ropes. Again, referee a little bit slow coming in, and he lets both men fight it out. Whipping overhand right left hook from Borovic. Again, had less weight behind it than Lara Flynn Boyle. Both men tie up, and now the referee separates them. Rib kick from Sari. Front kick from Borovic, misses the target. Nice evasion work there, just slipping to the outside of the right hand of Borovic. Triple jab, uppercut from Mourad Sari. A lot more clinching here in the second round. Couple of overhand lefts from Sari. That being the rear hand of the southpaw. Borovic trying to kick out the support leg. All tied up in the neutral corner like a pretzel. And again, referee just waits for them to fight it out. We've seen some of our A1 referees be a lot quicker in there to keep the action flowing, but this referee likes to take his time. Now he breaks them.
How do you say, Michael? French.
Very laid back. End of the second round, we go to the towels, and I'm liking in the game here for Mourad Sari. I've got him ahead by 2 rounds. Borovic has moved a lot, Tarek, but he just hasn't really landed a lot.
It's probably because he's been hit a lot, Michael.
Yeah, that'll do it. And again, you see Borovic bouncing around on the balls of his feet, but it's Mourad Sari landing the leather. Borovic licking the cow. Double jab, left hand up the centre corridor. Rib kick from Mourad Sari. He's got more combinations than a Chinese menu, has Mourad Sari. Goes for the outside lead thigh, does Borovic. Digs away to the floating rib cage. Again, referee very slow here. Someone needs to give the referee a can of Red Bull, I think. Wake him up a little bit. Flicks out the jab, body shot, rib kick. Beautiful work from Mourad Sari. Strings it together very well, very fluent. The winner of this one will take on either former UFC fighter Pete Spratt. I shouldn't really say former because Pete still does participate in the UFC from time to time. For those of you who don't know, UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship is basically mixed martial arts, limited rules, fighting in a cage. And he takes on Fouad Esbiri of Morocco in quarterfinal number 4.
That should be a very exciting fight, as Australia has watched Pete Spratt a few times fight in Melbourne and Sydney against the like of Mike Zambidis, and he actually dropped Mike Zambidis with a punch on one of the fights, but then Mike came back and knocked him out with I think it was a head kick, Michael.
It was indeed.
And so exciting fighter, Pete Spratt, colourful fighter.
Meanwhile, Borovic really needs to get a move on and start working here.
Esbiri that will fight Pete Spratt, the Rockin' Moroccan.
The Rockin' Moroccan, I like it. Anyone with a rhyming nickname is good in my book. Referee just separates them. He's going to have words here with Mourad Sari, maybe for excessive clinching. Sari looks towards his corner. Long-reaching jab from the southpaw, meaning he is a left-handed fighter. If you're a right-handed fighter, you're called an orthodox. Just thought I'd throw that in for the layman who might not be too familiar with the fight terminology, as Borovic lands the best shot of the fight from him so far, off the right hand to the jaw. Skips forward again, does the Croatian. Now he's starting to up the tempo, but has he left his run too late? Oh, big overhand right from Borovic.
Tell you what, how tough is Mourad's chin to wear such a great punch like that?
It's a beautiful shot, would have dropped the lesser man. Borovic just looking towards his corner. Sari gets underneath the rear right hand of Borovic. Final seconds here. There it is. End of a good fight. Borovic did his best work in the third round, no doubt about it, but the early part of the fight was all Mourad Sari. Landed the better leather, landed more kicks. The southpaw style just seemed to frustrate Borovic. And I think Sari should get the nod here. There it is, no doubt about it. Sari is through to the semi-finals.